Yeah, everything that I wanted to be. The city depended on me.
Hey, not really got it on there.
Grew up watching my mama I ball like MLB. Rotables ain't cheap. My car ain't got no key. I push the start to start my week. I'm in this photo, pour so photo tip. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it.
Just like that?
Go get it. Go get it. Photo, pour some photogenic. All my life I've been a go getter. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it.
Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. They'll start on the ground with Swift. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that, but that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Once again, it's Swift. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. A gain of 3, second down. The Jets at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games. That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They'll try it now with Swift. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there. But I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message. Hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it. And offense, trying to let them know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory, be aggressive. So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10. This is Swift on the counter. And some room to maneuver. Gonna take it in for a Jets touchdown. This is a crew that come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. They run with a big man in his 7th season. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Stafford. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Inside handoff, Henry. And some room to roam now. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. From the red zone now, Stafford. This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up 2nd down. Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Last week we saw a rarity. He was over 200 yards on the ground, and they lost. So we'll see if they can get more carries like that and win this week.
And that was interesting watching the game tape, wasn't it? Because it was hard to register while we watched him pile up that yardage and create those nice runs, that they didn't win the football game. But that doesn't mean changing what you do. Continue to feed him the football. No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
A line of scrimmage once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Stafford. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Mecole Hardman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up, place the ball, so they can snap it and get back to work.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They'll send the tight end in motion. On third down, here comes Swift. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. On fourth down, Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Henry again on second down. Powers through it. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he is going to lose yardage here. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. In motion, the tight end. On second and goal, Stafford. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Now Stafford. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Robert Woods, a 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to extend their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on fourth down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up, and they gave the touchdown that was just given up.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
From the 50, it's Watson.
Pass complete to Bird out right here. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Again, it's Watson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, he left no doubt about that one, because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area. So it's not grounding, even though there's no way that ball was going to be caught.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Here we go on fourth. Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And the Bengals will get the football back. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on fourth down. They're now 1 for 3 on fourth down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on fourth down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually, you have fourth down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go, and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run it again with Henry. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Running left, it's Henry. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big time?
For the first with Henry. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Connection made with Chenault. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. LaVisca Chenault, 29 yards. And the Bengals go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go around.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A gain there of 30 big ones.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On first down, it's Watson. He's airing it out for Williams. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And the Bengals are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw into the hands here of Hardman.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw, Stafford. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
On first down, Stafford here.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Xavier Rhodes with a pick. The 20.
So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the root of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. To throw is Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Xavier McKinney.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3.
And the half will begin with a touchback.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Second half begins with a run by Henry. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
So certainly not at all what you're looking for here to start the third quarter. A fumble on their opening drive.
Not at all. You're exactly right about that, because this had a chance to be the drive to put everything away. A touchdown here, that might have put everything out of reach for them. They definitely handed out a lifeline to the defense on that play.
Fresh off the pick six, it's Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
From the gun on third, Watson. Got his man, it's Williams. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Mike Williams.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Jets are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. Robert Saleh wanted to take chances. His guys will go for 2 here.
Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Second down, they go again with Henry.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
83 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Here's Stafford.
Running the slant, that's Robert Woods. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Stafford on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
That's caught left side by Hardman. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Hey, middle. Monday. 53. Ready.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Able to complete this to Chenault. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 25-yard line. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
22. Hurry up, get set.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Again, it's Henry. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Now Stafford.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. He's at the 50. 30, 10, 5, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown.
So that potentially a turning point here this 3rd quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Deliver and accept it. We need to go out there and make something happen.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Taken at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
Derrick Henry all alone. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Watson. Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st down, Watson.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down.
Caught that look from me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Well, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
And a lot of being a defender is being able to learn what you can and can't get away with when in man coverage. In this case, he got away with it and helped pop that ball free.
Watson looks to throw again.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
That is caught. It's Williams.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Here's Watson.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
On second down, Swift.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jets on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
They'll try and run here with Swift.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. In motion goes the tight end. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Bengals will get the football back. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
A big play there on the catch and run, and even 50 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
He's definitely Ned, the big finish with the tackle.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is Stafford. And right side, Henry's got it. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll run. It's Henry. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Derrick Henry with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bengals look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Watson on first down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
This is it.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Here we go on 4th. Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown Bengals. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford.
And the Bengals have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th.
Extra point by Fairbairn up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to And now Watson throws another interception.
That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout.
On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted.
Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I
think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And that pick six a moment ago doesn't change things too much. They still seem pretty comfortable with a 3-possession fourth-quarter lead. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Henry again on 2nd down. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. The interception was a good starting point, but still a huge hill to climb with this 3-score deficit and time fading. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Being chased out left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for Bengals TD. This defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick six.
And how about the way they played this entire game? Not only they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick sixes, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
And here comes Danny Johnson now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Josh Allen drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
Talk about two sides of the ball across purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. The front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats.
And my goodness, another interception. Anthony Averett picks it, and the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also You might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
From the 6. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game. In this sequence here, maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. And now here is another interception. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Stay 50, stay 50. 40 got, 40 got.
Stafford going to throw it. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 25 yards that time.
Hey, give me a radar. Look behind.
Stafford. He's got it. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
And
you gotta choose. You like the top or you just like the